All right, good morning. It is the 2nd of September 2017. My name is Jameson. We're looking at a 4-hour candlestick chart here of Bitcoin. And we are seeing a small little pullback here. And if we correlate the volume, we're actually seeing some supply. So just as we saw previously when the price action got a little overbought relative to the bullish ascending channel, as you can see that it's actually trading up, away from or outside the limits of the upper trend line here. Trade laterally, broke down and actually traded into the lower trend line, which is the demand line in a bullish ascending channel, and then just kind of rallied again. So, it didn't quite create overbought conditions, but it did actually, we do see some semblance that may actually be a buying climax. So if we look at the volume that's here and we look at the buying efforts here, we can see that the volume during this last upwave could be considered climactic compared to that's available previously on the left-hand side of the chart. And now we're actually seeing a pullback, and the pullback is occurring here on some strong volume here. But let's not overreact. At the present time, prices are pulling back. It looks like they're in the process of pulling back. They're testing this prior level of resistance, so they're going to confirm that as support. We see some lower wicks. There's some dip buyers that are there. Additionally here, when we broke out this top, we never really back tested it. We just kind of broke up and we rallied. So if the bullish trend is going to continue, we should back test and confirm this prior level of resistance here as support. Additionally, another reason not to overreact is that if we're looking at just all things being equal, supply and demand, if it's just going to break down, there's still enough demand here. If this is being manipulated, there's enough demand here that would suggest that there'd be a retest of highs, or at least close to highs. And if we fail to make the exactly retest highs and it's a lower low, then we know that demand is having a difficult time overcoming supply, and we can apply the distributive principles here of the Wyckoff methodology. So at the present time, just looking at the structure, I might say that this is the preliminary supply. Here's our buying climax, here's our automatic reaction, but we don't have a secondary tests. So if I'm going to speculate that there's a stopping action to the uptrend, I definitely have to have the four kind of principles there for a distributive phase that's there. So that would be the preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. And without a secondary test, obviously this can just break back down, but a stopping action would be required for us to kind of begin to think that we're seeing some longer term distribution. So there's a couple things that would support buying the dip here, and that's we're retesting this prior level resistance, trying to confirm that support. We may kind of rally back up, retest highs here around 4,900, and then if we break back down, have a lower low, and we trade below this preliminary supply, that pivot that's there, then that would suggest that we're going to see some longer term distribution, and we can kind of speculate there's going to be some bearish price action. If we remain above this preliminary supply, this pivot here, we may very well just rally again and trade into the upper limits of that upper trend line. All right, guys, good morning, and have a great weekend.